We just got to the shop maybe 10 minutes ago. So we'll throw this on. We'll talk for a few minutes. Promo code, if you're on our text app or our email app, you are aware of the promo code. We have the 4 options. Actually, I think there's 6 options for Halloween bags. You get to pick between the 2 colors. You get to pick the liner, and then you get to pick the orange or black thread. So we will start running those batches Monday on the free bags. Those orders will all start shipping out Monday. So obviously, if you ordered Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday, they have not shipped yet. But those orders will start traveling. They'll start leaving the shop Monday. Everybody have an awesome weekend. We just got back from Kentucky. That was pretty cool. Nice event. We saw a bunch of people that we know. We met a bunch of new people that we did not know. Mike Scott, Byron, what's up? Billy, how are you? Landfill, what's going on? Peck. Got my order today, Halloween bag, just in time for holiday, right on. You got the pre-Halloween bags. The new ones, similar, are the Day of the Dead. So they'll have sugar skulls in them, or they'll have the tattoo art ladies in them. Jake, what's up? Easy K, how are you? 82. Saw, what's up? What's SAW stand for? As you see, we have tool bags. We have large and standard size, small and large multicam tropic. We've got large OD black. We have a few other colors for the largest. The smaller tool bags we have several options for also. And then we've got more over here. We just unloaded these out of the 4Runner this morning. All these boxes here, we'll use every one of these boxes this week, shipping packages out. Just initials, right on. Cop rig out for some shooting in the woods. Nice, Jim, nice. You like it? I mean, of course you do. Is it what you thought it would be? Is it everything you thought it would be? Cop rig, for you guys that don't know, is this right here. You have 3 pouches, and these rip down. And if you're using them just for shotgun, you would remove these bungees because they're in the way. And like our shotgun rig, this pulls out of here and falls into position. You can also remove these inner cards and keep the bungees, and that'll let you use AK or M4 mags. We recommend not AK mags. They will do it, but sooner or later that locking lug, that locking tab will eat this edge tape up, and we cannot warranty that. So no AKs on those. Overton, what's up, man? How are you? What's going on? Slings, we ran a lot of slings this week. We also ran standard shotgun rigs, whereas the cop rig has the tear-off med pouch and the bungees. These do not. These are dedicated shotgun. And then they have a utility pocket on them, which will hold 4 PMags, 4 5.56 PMags. It'll hold 2 smokes, 2 medical trays, box of shotgun shells. You know, anything of those sizes, those will fit in those things. North Carolina, what's up, bud? I saw some friends from North Carolina today. So these are the bags. I pulled all the demo ones because I did a video with them this morning. Day of the Dead girls, or the sugar skulls. Will a drone still work, or is cell phone the only way to view it, even if it goes up? If your cell phone's still working, your drone's going to still work. I don't tie my drone to a cell phone. I use a controller. And if your phone isn't fried, then your controller's not fried either, so you're good to go. And I'm 52 years old, and we've never had an EMP, so I guess it just depends on what shit hit the fan. I had the drone up several times today. Here's the controller that I use. got fingerprints all over it. It's not going to connect, obviously, because I don't have the bird turned on, but you get the idea. The beauty of these is when you connect the drone to your phone heats up super hot. It doesn't do it with this. And your phone brightness out in the sun won't go as bright as this will. And I have not used a drone with a phone in many years, but you used to get 2 flights and it would suck your phone dead. This thing, I get over 6 flights with that controller. Jen Griffin, I hope you're well. I have not seen you in a very long time. Just watched first episode of Dog Kennel Little Spoon. Damn John, another channel that I will have to patiently wait for great episodes. He's got several filmed, so there'll be another one coming up shortly. And I'm sure he has filmed some more this weekend. James Barden, what's up? We stopped at a coffee shop. It's like coffee and waffles in Dixon there. We were in a hurry, pulled off, got something to eat for breakfast, and then back on the road to Kentucky today. And every phone version sends back 720, controller sends back 1080. There you go. There you go. And the controller, not only that, right? You have the SD card in the drone. I can have a redundant SD card in the controller. So if I lose the drone, I have a copy still on the controller. Finishing construction on the house, right on. Show me Sasquatch, what's up? Watching the latest Pulling the Thread video and Overton's video tonight when I was barbecuing. Right on, man. Anyone in the north, get your car prep swapped out with winter items. Keep gloves and hat and boots. Yep, they're telling us we're supposed to have a first frost this weekend. And ice. We're supposed to have ice and snow for Halloween, which is early for here. Coffee and waffles in Dixon, where at? I don't know. It's like I don't know where it's at, buddy. It's I just looked up breakfast in Dixon. It came up kind of Starbucks-ish, but fast to tell you they're not Starbucks. You know like that. Cleaning, lubing time to put on Wildman Instincts. John Witherspoon, what's up? Got my walking stick on Friday when you and Amanda were doing the. Oh yeah, I saw you pull in, but we never saw you. We were recording. Overton, I'm not Scully. Yeah. Overton's a lot taller than Scully. Hunting for a new breakfast spot. It's okay, man. It's okay. It's not great. It's not great. It's super sweet. I mean, it's waffles. El Nino in full effect. We're getting more cold, wet winter. We talked with a dude that puts the storm shelters in the concrete here. They come in and actually cut the concrete. So that was cool. Saw the shelter. They had one there. Met a guy that builds greenhouses. Real nice. Nice greenhouse. Him and his wife. Very cool people. Met a dude that's making some like tiny house looking chicken coops. Real pretty. Like white and black trim, you know. Nice work. Bang bang, what's up? Don't try to dig holes around here until a good rain. Need back surgery now. Yeah, you need equipment, buddy. You should not be digging holes by hand. You go rent you a skid steer with an auger and put the holes in that you need. You probably could not dig holes here. We would have 5-6 dudes dig a hole and take hours and hours and hours. We use the rock bar more than the shovel. Looking cold with a new attitude this year. Tell myself it's cold plunge practice. Yep. Josh, what's up, man? Josh was there when we dug some holes. Josh and I dug mini holes. Angel, what's up? Ricochet, hit the like. That's right. Always twice as many people on as thumbs up. Bizarre, right? Bizarre. Those are the federal agents. You always hear these conversations about why the United States fucked up. There's a good example. People spend time places, but won't even do a free thing to help the place that they spend the time at. I ain't gay, so I click the thumbs up. That's right. It's the closet homosexuals. Those people that don't hit the thumbs up, they probably have kids and a wife, but they're closet homosexuals. They live a miserable life pretending that they're not gay, and same reason they don't hit the thumbs up. Aurora, what's up? John dug all the holes I handed him the different shovels. No, that's not the case. Yeah, they're wearing them lighted butt plugs. Was Scully playing with his Unimog this weekend? Ricochet, I don't have a clue, buddy. No idea. I was in Kentucky. We left this morning, went to Kentucky. We just got back. James lives, Scully lives, 45 minutes from here. Any idea on shooter mats? Nope, I don't know. Do not know. Buy one somewhere else. Don't wait for mine. If you have one on order, we're going to build it, but we're not taking orders for them. Shooter, by the way, did you see the shooter had 2 gunshot wounds? They say he committed suicide, but bizarrely, with all the shooters, all the MK Ultra shooters, when they all commit suicide, there's always a weird thing surrounding the suicide. This one was that he had 2 bullet holes. Sarah, Kentucky was cool. It was cool. We saw a lot of people. We got some drone footage of the venue. I got a bunch of GoPro footage. It'll get chopped together and make a small video out of it. Just finished the full build series, and it has jump started interested in sewing gear. Right on, Andrew. 2 shots to the head. He must have passed with Clinton's off. I just heard 2 shots. I haven't watched any of the videos on it. I don't know where he was shot or anything like that. It's always baffling, though. Garden question. Looking to put in a large on 1 acre next year. Flat ground. What do I need to do to prep? 1 acre is very ambitious. That's a big garden for somebody who doesn't know what they need to do to prep. And the answer is, it just depends what's on your soil. Like, has there ever been a garden there? Is it a good garden spot? Does something make you think that is a good spot for a garden? Is it a lawn that is there right now? Is it just wild vegetation? We have a perception a lot of times when we walk on a piece of property and it's very overgrown like a jungle. But when you mow it down, when you scalp it, there's actually very little there. What is there growing is usually taller, and when you get down to the base, there's actually very little. Nature abhors a void. Nature will put something there. It does not want a bare piece of land. And those sparse plants come up and then have vegetation. It's about shading the soil. Get it down, cut the weeds down, whatever, mow it down. And look into silage tarps. And then you can also amend the soil. You can put sweet feed, you can put chicken feed, you could go to wherever you would buy feed from and ask them for damaged bags. They'll usually give them to you much cheaper. Molasses works very well. And then cover that, put all that down there, and then cover that soil with a solid black tarp. You could use like billboard vinyls, look up silage tarp, just type it into YouTube. But you don't have to use a special tarp. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and buy a box of black plastic. You're gonna roll that out in that whole area that you want. And what it's gonna do is that sun's gonna heat up that black tarp, and it's going to add all that moisture, is gonna sweat, and it's going to cause all the seeds in the soil to sprout. And then everything underneath is going to be dead, and it's going to rot, and it's going to become almost like compost underneath. So when you pull that tarp back in the early spring, whenever you want to plant, you're going to pull that back, It's just going to be nice black soil underneath. You're going to have a lot of humidity. You're going to have worms. You're going to have microbes. And what you're not going to have is you're not going to have a weed patch. When you till the soil, you irritate the soil and you trigger seeds and everything in that soil to grow. Same thing with burning, with torches, right? I use torches a lot. I will torch down grass and all my gravel, but what you'll find a couple weeks later, the heat released other seeds that are only released through heat, and now you have other weeds and vegetation growing where you torched. The beauty of that silage tarp is it causes everything to sprout, and because it cannot get sunlight, it dies out. So if you tilled a plot and planted it, it would be great the first couple of weeks. And then you're going to fight weeds for the rest of the year. You're going to have grasses and vegetation come up, and you have to pull those because it takes the nutrients away from the plants that you put there. It will also choke them out and strangle them out. So it's a lot of labor when you till a plot like that. So amend that soil. I would get on your forest edge. And if you don't have a forest, right, if you just have a beautiful golf course backyard and you're going to take an acre of that thing and make a garden out of it, go to a forest. Go to the edge of a forest where all the trees are and get you a bunch of leaves. And what you're after is you're after the leaves and the mold and the fungus that's on those leaves and a little bit of that soil. It's going to be full of microbes. Put that down there before you put that silage tarp down there. Go get you some, I use these trash cans. They look like this. They come from Walmart. And I think they're 70-gallon trash cans. And I specifically like these ones because they're square. When I put them on their side, I can rake up leaves, and then I can just kick them with my foot. I can put all those leaves in the trash can and then press them down. You can actually stand on that trash can, or you could put them in bags too and then pull the bags out. But you're going to want go to a park, go to a forest, go to some place that has wild land and get you some of that soil out of the forest and get you all those leaves that are there, and then put those under that tarp too. Those are going to rot down, and it's just going to be it's going to look like beautiful potting soil when you pull that silage tarp back. That's what I would do. Plenty of time to till the area and broadcast rye grain, crimson clover. Yep, you could amend it for sure. You could do clover. If you have hard soil, you could do daikon radish. There's all kinds of shit you can do. If you don't spray Roundup, you can incorporate microbes on your property. Man, the GoPro 10 is a major upgrade. Oh, fuck yeah. A 4 is like drawing with a crayon. I shot everything with a GoPro 10 today. I'm about to buy a camera. I'm going to buy one of the cameras. Brandl's got some $5,000 cameras. He's got some $1,500 cameras. I'm going to buy, I don't know what it is, whatever his $1,500 camera is, I'm going to buy that. But not for running and gunning, not for moving around with, just for tripod stuff. Brandl does run and gun. Like when we're riding or doing anything fast, Brandl's literally running right behind us or beside us a lot of times with those cameras. But that's the camera Jeff just got too. How'd the garden do this year? Not good, man. I didn't put a lot of time and effort into it, but it didn't do well. It was very lacking compared to the last year, and I feel like 2 years ago it was better. Hunter, 1776, what's up, buddy? I torch the weeds. Yeah, I do too, but it brings out different weeds afterwards. Compost if you got it. Yeah, if you can get it. And man, there's a lot of people over the last few years that were buying truckloads of compost, and that compost had all kinds of shit in there that should not have been there. You had people full up their row houses with compost, and it was literally killing their shit. It's a lawn that once had a garden. Good, good. So hopefully whoever chose that spot for a garden had a reason for that. And sometimes it's just that that's all you have. Always get in a dumpster to shoot myself. Oh, was he in a dumpster? They found him 2 holes and in a dumpster. Okay, two shots to the head. Must have passed the Clintons. Okay, I see what's going on here. Just finished the full build. Okay, I thought garden question. Oh, not many comments here. I talked for a long time. Okay, I guess we're caught up there. And remember too, guys, like when you're asking a question and I give you an answer, there's 100 ways to get to the same destination. I like stun, sheer, total, utter neglect. If there's something living here, it's because it's a hardy species and it's hard to kill it because I do not baby anything. If we have an animal that's injured here, that motherfucker ain't going to a vet. You're going to have a three-legged cat walking around, or you're going to have, I got a chicken up there. I have 2 chickens up there that hop around on one leg. Like we're not taking, nothing's going to a vet. Everything is strong because it's evolved to be strong. Backwoods Butcher, what's up? Man, they did a big pig today. He shot they brought a big pig in, and then Billy Bond started chopping that sucker up. They had it in half the next time I looked at it. It was a big pig. Billy, when he saw it, he said, man, we got a lot of work ahead of us. Just get you one of them Red Dragon cameras. Yeah, nobody uses Red Dragon anymore, though. Like that shit, Peter McKinnon's not shooting, nobody's shooting those things. Everybody's gone to small cameras now. You just don't have to. Maybe the soil's my soil? Nah, we put a lot of rabbit manure and stuff in it this year. I think it's the air. I think it's the sun. I think it's the chemical spraying. I really believe that 100%. That's exactly what I believe, is they are putting shit in the air that is killing stuff. And then the water sources too, right? They're using chloramine in addition to chlorine or in place of chlorine. You used to be able to take a pitcher of water and just pour it back and forth, pitcher to pitcher, and it would off-gas the chlorine. Chloramine does not off-gas. The chemicals stay there. It's like a forever chemical. Put the tear-off med IFAC, the tear-off IFAC on the side of 8 mag. Fits perfectly. Yeah, we made it for that. It's supposed to fit perfectly. Never use city green waste. Yeah, and a lot of times too, like you'll see Greg Judy and a lot of the guys talk about rolling out round bales. You got to be careful where those round bales came from too. What's that stuff called? That forever super duper grass killer? I can't remember what it's called. And I bought some RV grays on. That's it, guys. Thank you. I bought some RV water filters in line for the hose, but man, they drop the water pressure so low it takes twice as long to water. Surviving and working on content, doing okay. I didn't know you're doing content. I didn't know that. I'll check your shit out, man. Thanks for thinking ahead. Companies don't always do. Oh, we made it like we had that before we ever built the big rig. We've specifically put 4 there. On the 6 mag, there's 2 channels, so you run the compact. If you don't want to run a big med pouch right there and you have excess med somewhere else, you could run a compact, and that still gives you 2 channels, which means you could put radio or smokes or more magazines on that. Micro butanol. I'm not familiar with that. And MFKA there, MFKA, he grows lots of plants. So that's always like when I have questions, like when that dude sends me a message, I listen to him. When he says, hey, this right here will take care of your problems, I listen to him. Just weed. Isn't that where it all comes from, though? All the cutting edge technology comes from weed. I bought a whole pallet. Of Fox Forest Ocean Farms. Fox Farms Ocean Forest. I had that backwards, right? Need to get caught up on the last few you posted. I'll have to check those out. I didn't know he's putting content up. According to Chuck, all your mag pouches should be stuffed with gauze. Yeah. You like that bottle? Yeah, I bought it because you told me to buy it. You all need more gauze. You need 5-gallon buckets of gauze. You guys should be buying cases of gauze, and then just put it someplace and keep mice out of it. You can buy this beautifully packed fancy gauze, but you can also buy the same stuff they use in hospitals and emergency rooms. Look at wound care clinics. Buy in bulk. You guys, and guys, you don't even have to have a wholesale account. Just buy in bulk. Salatin video, that was good. Thank you, man. I had questions that I didn't have the answers to, and I've watched a lot of the content. So I had specific questions. I wanted to know how he did the vetting process and how many people truly, worked within the business and stuff. So I just had to, ask him questions that I didn't know the answers to, and I've watched a lot of his stuff. You see that a lot. Like guys, you hear guys like, I get up at 4:30 every morning. What nobody ever asks them, and I don't know why. Nobody ever asks them, well, what time do you go to sleep, motherfucker? You never hear that. Like Vanderchuck. Vanderchuck says he goes to sleep at 7 o'clock at night and gets up at 4:30. Well, that you ain't doing nothing that normal people don't do. Most normal people are sleeping less than your ass is. Wes Watson, he goes to sleep at fucking 10:30 and gets up at 2:45 every morning. Oh, was that a 12 gauge rig? The black and red one, that's a cop rig. And that's left-handed cop rig. I don't know if I have any of that color remaining in black red. It's sweet, isn't it? Very nice. Yeah, I don't think I got maybe over here. Nope. I got gray black in 12 gauge. I've got the snow camo. I got that Alpine back there. We saw a truck dressed in that camo today. Gauze supremacy. We met a lady that was a nurse, trauma nurse, who does tinctures and stuff. She's out of Nashville. Amanda had a really good conversation with her. We met another lady who was a nurse, and Amanda had a really good conversation with her as well. So very, very cool. Worth going up there. Definitely worth the time. We went and ate a couple of times while we were up there. We hit a couple of antique places while we were up there, and just got back here not long ago. Conversation with Joel, very interesting. I first met him in '92 at an organic conference. Very cool, man. Dean Mullis, have we met? You and I, have we met? In the 80s, I worked in a hospital. Every spring, they would clear out all of the out-of-date supplies legally. They could not give it away, but it was set in huge boxes. Yeah, it goes into dumpsters. FDA, Food Drug Administration, makes them put a date on all this. The date is not on the gauze. The date is of the packaging. The packaging expires on that date. Recently saw a hayfield just cut, steaming. Guy told me they can burn and burn down with hay if you don't know which. Oh yeah, you got to let the hay out, and then if it gets rained on and you roll it up, they burn hay barns down, get burnt down, and they burn for fucking weeks when they burn. Want to make opinionated gun nerd? A10 is a bullpup. Been killing me. Anyone know the name of that rock song from the mid-2000s? Sounds like he's saying Bat Boy or Bad Boy in it. Bad Boy, I don't know. Kind of slow song that explodes with the chorus. I have no idea, man. But if you can even remotely sing it into Google, just sing it into Google. There's all kinds of apps. I think Google will even do it and they'll tell you who it is. You could even hum it. John, is it recommended to prune tomato plants? I think people do prune tomato plants. I was in a hothouse. I was in a greenhouse, and they grow them in aquaponics, and they just had them sit, and they had weed matting all down like I have in mine, and they were running them out of 5-gallon buckets, I think, and then they just had a pump that kept circulating the water. And they were running, their stalks were as big around as my wrist probably, and they would run them on a wire up to the roof, and they pruned everything. So the tomatoes literally grew on the main stalk. There were no runners or suckers. It was just like a straight tomato tree, and they had just tomatoes the size of apples on that main stem. Prune the bottom leaves that touch the dirt. Yep. And when you water them, water the soil. Don't water the foliage. A lot of your tomatoes that are grown in hothouses so that the foliage does not get wet. And you should also know, I don't grow a lot of tomatoes. I don't eat a lot of tomatoes, and I didn't grow any. I grew 2 tomato plants this year because Nicole gave them to me. What do you think of the latest trend of people buying ration emergency food at record rate? Well, I think that you guys probably should have been all along. Every time people what that should tell you that people are waking up. That should tell you that there is a need for education in this environment. And that should tell you that if people are panic buying food, that there is probably something that you can teach and somehow monetize to assist those people and get yourself out of whatever job you do that you are discontent with, right? You have the option and ability to add value to people right now. That's what I would take from it. Do I think all of you should go buy 10 grand worth of freeze-dried food? I mean, if you have a lot of money and you can afford it, I would not be mad for you to tell me that you have a year's worth of food to feed all of your family, right? Everybody, I'm going to grow a garden, but a lot of guys have never grown a garden. I've got these seeds, but I've never pulled them out as PVC pipe to know if they're like, and we blindly buy stuff from companies who don't really get tested, right? How many dudes are buying those seed vaults and taking them out and actually planting them and going, hey, there's nothing in here but fucking dandelions. So, I mean, yeah, more power to you. We bought a lot of Mountain House. We never bought like pallets of Mountain House. We bought, cases of 6. Every month I would buy 10 boxes of 6 cans of Mountain House. I have a whole fucking room. Well, I probably have a 10 by 10 room full of Mountain House food. And Emergencies Essentials food, and then we have it broken up in multiple locations. Occasionally we open it up. I should do more content like that. We should really start a channel where we build out one of these little houses, or even build the house on the channel and then have 0 electricity and do everything. Like I just turned Grumpy Acres Homestead. I just turned his wife on because they're selling solar ovens. And I'm like, shit, we have a solar oven. Every day we should go out there and bake a loaf of bread in the solar oven. If for nothing else, just for content. Take a chicken and just put it in there. On a hot day, is it viable, right? Just show, because people see it done, but there's a lot of people that know us that will watch it because we made the video, right? What they do might not work for us. We were just listening to a Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker wasn't a real person. There was actually like 10 of them, ladies that played Betty Crocker. But they were talking about the Betty Crocker cookbook said to do a pineapple upside down cake for 45 minutes. And Amanda goes immediately, she's like, oh, that's way too long. It'll completely, burn it. It'll be nasty. And the dude doing the video at the same time Amanda said that's way too long. But back when Betty Crocker wrote that, it was 45 minutes, right? But things change and evolve. So we should do a channel where we just do all that kind of like off the grid stuff, but as people that right? We're not a dude who's living in the middle of nowhere, and if you went and visited him, you'd be miserable because of the way he lives. I want to live how I live and have the capability to do that on a comfortable level, right? I want to have a mini split in there. I want to have a small box wood burnings, all the things we talk about doing, and I'm good at collecting shit. I have 2 other buildings full of shit that we've collected. I have hundreds of projects started, all missing 5 or 10%, right? Because we just never finished them. And when we do like SRF here, my projects get put in a trailer, and then I have trailers and shipping containers full of projects. Like we have all the shit if we need it, but we never fulfill it all the way. And we should do that probably. I mean, it's so simple to build content off of. But as far as the freeze dry food thing, I think people are waking up, and I mean that means people are thinking like you think. Those are allies. There's definitely don't alienate them. I wouldn't even put forth an opinion. You see it all the time on all the prepper groups on Facebook. There's good knowledge in them if you remain silent and just sift through it. But I just bought 10 grand a Mountain House, and you'll have all these pores because that's what it is. You don't ever have a successful person talking shit to somebody. Never. You'll never see a successful person attacking somebody else, especially on social media. But the pores will be mad that he did something they couldn't do and tell you why he shouldn't have done it. I would watch that type of content every day. Yeah, there's a lot of it out there. That's the constant battle. More and more isn't it though, Backwoods? That's what I tell guys. I told people that today. I go, you're doing this thing right now. Build content, because the most valuable thing is the audience. Once you have the audience, the content can ebb and flow or change. The audience will change slightly, but once you have the base audience, the content can become anything you want it to become. And you'll get people who are like, I'm leaving here. I don't like this. Okay, you know what else you'll never see? You'll never see a successful person announce that they're leaving someplace because they're busy being successful. Learn how to cook like a Cajun. Just need a big pot and a big flame. Sarah, we buy cauldrons. Like, we have some cauldrons. We've not ever used them. I buy Dutch ovens. We saw a lot of Griswold cast iron today. We saw a lot of that. I bought a lid lifter. Amanda bought a lid lifter. We bought some really cool mason jars that have like a square grid pattern on them. They were expensive. They're really neat. But yeah, learn to cook over open fire. I'm going to have content. I'm going to have a content heavy week next week. Backwoods, man. Just get good at shooting the content and get somebody to start building your content. It'll cost money at first, but it will be worth it in the long run. And what I tell people is, like, you start this thing that you like doing. When you start building content, you will stop doing that thing. You will figure out how to have that thing produced. Unless you love doing it, you can continue to do it, but you will actually become a content company. Do you have any videos on sheep? Dean, I typically cannot remember people's names, so I feel accomplished that I remember yours. I know Dean. We talk to him every night. Yeah, we met at SRF Saturday afternoon at SRF. You and Amanda were talking to Gary Baker. I also don't know who Gary Baker is, the local guy that was 70. And okay, the chiropractor. He's not local, though. He's somewhere here, but, I mean, I don't think he's, like, here. I have sheep breakdowns and goat skinning. Nice. I like to run over goats with the four-wheeler and then drag them over and put them in the dumpster. Not really. I feed them to dogs. Had several people approach me today at my booth telling me it was the first time and they were new to all of this and had no idea where to start. That's good, Homestead. It's good that they had the conversation with you, because that is something every one of them can use. And if the dude comes home with some medical stuff, it's not the same as coming home with another rifle. Even if the wife is not on board or the husband is not on board, nobody can argue that you are apt and might have to use those products. And even if you don't have the skill and training, nobody's going to be mad that you bought a medical kit. I actually walked up there looking at my medical backpack and didn't realize that was my medical backpack. I was looking at it thinking, man, this is nice. There's a ton of shit in here. Man, you had that thing packed down. People are definitely waking up. I've been programming radios for people all night doing small comms classes. Right on. I got a friend does that. He sat in here and shipped like 300 radios out of here, programmed them and shipped them all out. Been playing around with Opus to pull shorts for the podcast. Right on backwards. I think that's what Nicole uses. I saw that on TikTok and sent it to Nicole and said, "Hey, check this out." And she said, "Do you use this?" And I said, "No, I sent it to you so that you could use it and tell me if we should be using it." I got about 4 tool bags and 4 clothes bags, all different colors. Well, thank you for the orders. Cooking with South Philly. Right on. Cooking with South Philly. So do you, is that your content? You do have cooking content? So Yogi Sound, are you buying rations and emergency stuff? I would like all of you to have the ability to rip a package open, right? Have some MREs or whatever. And it's always a trip when people are like, I'm gonna buy MREs, and people are like, oh my God, don't buy MREs. Man, I've eaten MREs that were 30 years old. I have a lot of MREs myself. You know how many MREs fit in a fucking super kit bag? Enough that your ass don't want to walk up and down some fucking stairs with them. And I have a lot of super kit bags filled with them. I would like you to have immediately something like that. Cliff Bars, right? I'll eat rancid Cliff Bars. I used to eat rancid shit all the time. Never got sick from it. It just doesn't taste as good. I'd like you to have something where you can immediately put calories in your body, and then have the ability to have some, boxes where you could grab them, move them, whatever, of canned food that you just add water to. You don't have to heat it up. It's definitely more pleasurable if it's warmed up. And then have the ability to produce some food, right? Be able to grow some food. But you just have all that food. That's not your future plan. That's the future plan until it warms up where you can grow some food. And then look at, crop extension, right? We were with some greenhouse people today, some row house people. They have a fucking incredible setup. The sides have a thermostat, so the sides open and close to let heat in and out. But like, we're about to have a frost here this weekend. Amanda said, are you going to roll all these? I have all my raised bed cart garden. I have 52 of those things. I can roll them right into the greenhouse, close the greenhouse. And in the day, even if we have ice and snow, it's still so hot in there, I have to open the greenhouse. That'll extend me. I can go 6 more weeks, a minimum. What kills the stuff in the greenhouse is it's further away and I don't water it enough. If I actually maintained it, we'd go all through the winter probably without any supplemental heat, with 0 supplemental heat here. And I have supplemental heat. I can run wood fire in there. I can run kerosene. I can run propane in there. But and it'll start you, right? When you want to harden off your starts coming out of the building and putting them outside, you can harden them off and have them outside, and have them, you can have plants that are 20, 24 inches tall when most people are just putting their seedlings outside. You can already have them in the row house. Super kit bag holds all my other SOE bags. You got a lot of bags, buddy. A few years ago, I ate a bunch of my MREs from Y2K stash. Yeah, there's a dude on YouTube here. His whole channel is eating old military rations. The old, the original Desert Storm rations. MREs weren't tan. They used to be in a chocolate brown wrapper. We opened some of those up when we moved in here and ate them. People need to learn to process their own animals. Yeah, everybody has animals. Nobody knows how to turn that shit into meat. Man, as a kid, we used to shoot robins and blue jays and all kinds of shit. We ate all of those. Squirrels, rabbits. Nobody taught us how to do that shit. We just fucking broke it down. And even if we pulled, small pieces of meat, we just put them in a pan with some Pam cooking spray and some salt and pepper. We ate everything. But it's a mystery now. Ate some Nutrient Survival Triple Mac. Is it good? Is it good? Oh, it sucked. That sucks. Steve MRE. Yeah, I enjoy that guy's channel. Test Mountain House. Right on. MREs are for the family that called you a crazy survivalist. I don't mind eating MREs. Yeah, I have content. I just started a channel. I can cook, but my editing is trash. Guess I'll learn as I go. It's okay, dude. Or I don't know if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. I got over 4,000 videos on here. We're probably approaching 5,000. We just put videos up completely raw and unedited. We would post a 2-hour video. It would take 6 hours to upload our videos. We didn't edit none of that shit. And if you look back at our old videos, we get way more because the algorithm, they weren't throttling any of our shit back. We had huge traffic. We would just stand around at breakfast. In a pan, I'd make a dozen eggs and cook breakfast for all the guys in the old shop, which was like a studio apartment. And we had thousands of people watching that. There was no editing. It was complete bullshit. Dude, is it? Yeah, it is. And what do I give a shit? I don't even fucking. I walk in a room like, "What's up, guys?" That means, "Hey, people." Grabbing number 10 cans of Mountain House lately. Some good MRE stash. Latter-day Saints. Yep. If you've got a cannery around, sometimes they close them off when people start panicking. They close it off so it's only LDS members. I've seen that happen a dozen times, probably. And the secret to MREs, go on your Facebook Marketplace and just type in military surplus, type in MRE, type in rations. You'll find people selling them locally. John wants better to get you views, shorts, or videos. We doubled our channel when we started doing shorts. We make long form content like the pulling the thread videos and the videos that me and Amanda do. We sit down and talk on microphones. The sound is very good. And then Austin takes those and chops them up into short content. 3 in the morning, 2 in the evening, 4 in the morning, 2 in the evening. And that's what doubled our channel growth. If you haven't seen it, find the Pulling the Thread TikTok page. It's enormous. The interactions on there are insane. Just tell them the missionary sent you. Yeah, just show up on your 10-speed. Just be like, "Bro, I got a trampoline and 12 kids." Check the reseller shops. They get MREs for pennies. Right on. Black Scout Survival has some interesting meals, but a bit expensive. Yeah, you can. He's using Nutrient Survival, right? He just has like an affiliate link. Latter-day Saint. Yeah, you can buy from the LDS cannery. They'll ship to you. And I thought that the shipping used to be included in the price. There wasn't even a shipping fee. Did your Mexican employees bring griddles or grills? No, they brought prepared food. Some of it they warmed up in a microwave. The Strider shop, these dudes would come in and they had those plows, those plow blades, and they'd cook right on that disc. Backwoods, have a good night, man. Your short loop in a way that I watch it 1.5. Yeah, you caught in it. And guys, if you're using an AI program, your AI program will build them that way. If you look, almost everybody's shorts do that now. Compost piles in your greenhouse will put out good heat. Yes, big B. So that I actually started to say that. Biogas. Check out the biogas companies. Just type in biogas in TikTok. There's some pages on there that are really good. It's a biogas digester. Some of them come with a toilet. The toilet connects to this thing. So when you poop in the toilet, it goes right into this bladder. You can also take all your pet waste. You can take all your greens. You can put whatever in this thing. It's got baffles and chambers. So as it digests, it comes out the other side as a liquid fertilizer that you can put directly onto your plants and stuff. But it produces heat. Now, when it cools down in the winter, it doesn't digest as well. I think the way to use these things, put this on the ground, build a deck over it and then around it, and then put a greenhouse on top of it. The greenhouse is going to have more heat, so the digester is going to work more properly during the winter, and the digester is putting off heat, which is going to heat your greenhouse. They use these a lot over in Africa and stuff, and a lot of these kits come with a dual burner stove because it produces methane, and methane will burn on low pressure. I make my goats jump onto trees, then cut the tree down. Gray State documentary by David Crowley. He was suicided, right? Gray State. That did that ever come out? He was the ranger, right? They said he came in, killed his family, and then shot himself wrong-handed. Brother has one of them biogas rigs here. Did the greenhouse for winter, working strong for several years now. Yeah, they look great. You can get into them for $1,000. They set up at the shows. We're trying to get the company to come out here and rep at Self-Reliance Festival. I want to put one in. I want to get a couple of them actually. Yeah, it's always wrong-handed. Yeah, that's the guy, Bullet Junkie. Man, there's some good videos just on his show, like without even the movie. Just watch the videos about all the weird shit that happened. I don't think they ever figured it out. Nope. Because they suicided him. Look up Joe Rogan, MK Ultra. Watch some videos with the dude he had last year talking about MK Ultra. They never stopped that program. They just evolved it and changed the name of it. Yeah, Josh Wolf. SRF will be in April. Oh, yeah, the guillotines. Go search Obama guillotines. Right, they were stainless steel, 18,000 of them. What you will now find is you won't find any of the sites talking about them, and you will find WikiLeaks that says that it is not true, and they did not really buy 18,000 stainless steel guillotines. Wanted to build one for 10 years, and just recently seen where they sell the whole kit. Yeah, and they sell like 20 different size kits. They certainly do. Used to be a company that would put a bladder over hog lagoons to produce methane, compress, and power the hog houses. 70s and 80s. Yep. Yep. Police State came out this week. Yep. Andy Frisella had the dude that made Police State. There's another one too. There's 2 of those videos, right? So that guy's father wrote a book, and Ronald Reagan said that had he never wrote that book, Ronald Reagan never would have gotten elected president. Do I think America will ever be in a depression like the 1929? I don't know. I think we're well on the way to it. What we need to keep in mind when we talk about the Great Depression is while the Great Depression was terrible, there was much wealth made during the Great Depression, right? Put yourself in a position where a depression will not affect you. Put yourself in a position where you will thrive and be able to take the people that you love to a higher level with you. Put yourself in a position, as preppers, right? We prep with the plan of living in misery. Let's have that shit covered, but let's not have to live in misery. AK-M4 chest rig at the range, still in great shape. It fucking better be in great shape. Oh, you mean you're in great shape? That's awesome, man. That's good. You should be in great shape. Maybe depression will reset our country. Your country is never going to reset for the better without extreme violence. Don't be where the violence takes place. But until there's a lot of bloodshed, you're not going to see the change that everybody wants to see. It's just not going to happen. And the dude that wrote that book, the guy that was just on Andy Frisella, he said the exact same thing. Rig is in better shape, but I'm working on it. Good, man. Good. Good. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. I just feel nasty being in the city all day. I need to take a shower. You know when you like wipe your face with a paper towel and it's all gray? That's the city. Yeah, Justin, I'm afraid I'm correct on it too, man. You know where we didn't have any problems? All the crazy shit that happened a few years ago? None of that shit happened here. None of it happened here. Yeah, North Carolina. Yep. Stony Ridge Farmers out there, Billy Bonds out there. There is some silly shit happening in Carolina, though, in North Carolina. But I mean, it happens everywhere, too. Philadelphia's a mess, man. Philadelphia's a mess. Get out of there while you can. You always hear about roots, my roots. Most people's roots are very shallow. That's why those big, huge trees fall over so easily, because they don't have any deep roots. And when you stop doing what you know you shouldn't be doing, it's always a difficult choice to make. We left probably 70% of everything we had in San Diego, moved out here, started over. Best thing we ever did. The first year, it was the best thing we ever did. Great Depression hits those living well above their means. It hurts all. I had a family that said we didn't have much before. That's nothing really changed. Yep. Charlotte, Asheville, Raleigh. What silly shit's happening? You have all kinds of fucking codes and zoning and encroachment and oversight. All the Agenda 21 shit. Man, go live someplace where you don't have codes or zoning, where you don't have to ask permission. Most people have no idea what freedom is. Oh, I live in a place that's pretty good. Until you've been someplace free. Tori the mom, what's up? Like out here in this small town, we do what we do. Like, my customers aren't here in this town. I don't have people here buying $100 belts and $300 bags. My customers aren't here. But I have customers here that'll buy eggs and firewood and all kinds of other shit, right? We just switch gears. We already have a plan for that. Concrete trailer park with no parking, yep. I thought you meant violence. I'm not aware of violence over there. It's just all the government overreach. Like, we don't have codes or zoning here. We just do what we want to do. Now, people might not like that, right? You might end up living next to a dude who did what he wanted to do, and his house looks like the Weasley house, right? It's all leaning and swaying in the wind. Not my problem. If I don't want to live next to that guy, I should have bought his property too. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Everybody have a great night. We have a text and email that went out. We have a promo code going. I don't know what the threshold is. I think it's $50. You spend $50, we send you a free $65 bag. You get to pick your bag. Your bag looks like these. You get to pick woodland or multicam black. And you get to pick black thread or orange thread. And you get to pick, do you want the Day of the Dead girls? Or do you want the sugar skulls? So you've got some options there. 5 barns without pulling any permit. That's nice, man. That's awesome. Crazy the money they're getting now for homes in the city. Man, we saw some beautiful homes today. They were like 10 feet apart from each other. And I'll bet those motherfuckers weren't 20 feet wide. I'll bet, yeah, because a car garage is what, 20 feet? A 2-car garage, 20 feet, I think. Anyways, these things were tiny. You could have put 2 of them in this room right here. I don't know what they're getting, but I promise you they're getting a ridiculous amount. Zoe Beaver is a girl. Landfill. All right, guys. House permits, but that was for power and shit. Yep. All right, guys. I'm out of here.